Okay, Mom, the next set I'm going to show you of exercises is going to be with resistance bands. Let me grab my bands. Okay, so if you want to keep with the having the resistance band attached to your couch or something like that, first I'll show you how you do some bicep curls with that. Have it attached to your couch, but elbows are locked into your sides. I should have picked a dark shirt to wear. And then you have your feet staggered, your abs are tight, and you're pulling up and down. So you want to breathe out when you're pulling up, breathe in when you're coming down. And a good tempo to be would be a 1, 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you come down slower, is when you're coming up as concentric, that's a contraction. When you come down, you're extending the arms, which is called the eccentric contraction. You're coming down. That actually gains more strength coming down. But it's still important to do both range of motion. All right, so there's your bicep curls. So you can do it front. Here's from the front, coming up and down, controlled. Now you can take your arms to the side. It works a little differently when you're using the bands. Another thing you can do is tricep extension. So you can do it two ways. Elbows locked in. Always think elbows locked in. So you have your hands like in an L and then push it down and push it back. That works your triceps. You can also have your arms straight and just put a straight back tricep push. So your arms are straight, you're getting work. You're going to need a lot of resistance for triceps because they can't handle as much, they don't have as much strength as your biceps. So push it back. Biceps, you can also do this, but I like to face away when I'm doing biceps. Okay, so that's with using the bands. And another way to do it using bands, so those are your biceps, your triceps. Okay, then you can do this by tying this to a tree or to gym. No, I'm just kidding. You can do your rows again. Now this is a higher row. This one I want to do more for strength. Remember when you did it for cardio, you have light resistance. When you're doing it for strength, have a little more resistance. With bands, the more tension you give it, the harder it is. So you can actually come up a little closer and row out. But plant your feet. I'm sitting almost like a sumo squat. And pull back. Row back. And that's working here. That's working my arms. That's working here. That's pulling in. I'm squeezing my torso while I'm doing it. So back. Take it back. Now the opposites of this, see, when I exercise, I do push-pull. So a bicep curl was a pulling up. Tricep push was pushing back. Now I'm doing a row, which is a pull exercise. And I'm going to turn around and do a chest press, which is a push exercise. And what that does is that work the front and the back of the body together, tightening them up together the same. So chest press, I'm going to feel it right in y'all chest. Your elbows are in. Your elbows are a little bit out. It's almost like a push-up. You know? Pushing straight out, come back. Slow and controlled. Straight out, come back. So your hands should land like right in front of your shoulders. Alright, and that's with the band. You can also do a wall press, which is going to be hard because I got this stuff here. But two hands against the wall, body straight, little board. Push it in and out. In, out, in, and out. Breathe in, blowing out. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, so that's with using like different levels. If you want to do it on a tree, this is if the weather's okay. You can do this. Another way you could use a tree is a higher limb, pulling down, pulling down, pulling down. Elbows, hands facing down, pulling them towards your shoulders. Notice that I'm trying to do everything in a controlled manner, in like a linear motion. Pulling back. So the opposite of that would be almost like a chest press again, except for this time I'm coming down. So coming down, working my chest muscles. Remember, when you're working your chest, matter of fact, I didn't mention it in this video. They say people with COPD, you really need to do things using your upper body. Wait. Oh, because it can improve breathing by strengthening the upper respiratory muscles in your chest. So, arm strengthening exercises, chest presses, rows, you're utilizing your chest muscles. You're working those muscles. Alright, so that was with the having leaning your bands against something, and guys, don't make a lot of noise because I'm doing something right now.
I need to speak to you.
Another way if you don't want to attach your bands to something is to kind of separate them, guys. And same thing, elbows in, doing a bicep curl. Alright? And then you could do a side bicep curl. Alright, and then for this one, you gotta make it easier. One thing, but when you the closer it is together, easier. For this, another tricep exercise would be hands, elbows cradling the head and coming straight up. Coming straight up. Coming straight up. Slow and control. Slow and control. So one day, if you want to do it attached to something, do those 6 exercises. And then when you're going to do it unattached, do these 6 exercises. So bicep. Then you got your tricep. Alright? Then you have your, we can do our shoulders, which they need lighter weight too. Take it up, side. Now stop where the shoulder stops. Up, side, up, side. Alright, up and side. So, okay, and then you have, so that's a push motion, up and side, up and side. And then you got another pull motion you could do is cross these. You actually do rows. So you actually separate these and you're rolling up. Rolling up, holding your abs. Now my stomach's not that flat, but you know, you hold your abs tight, keeping your back flat, and you roll up. I'll show you from the front. Rolling up. Slow and control. Alright? So that was a push and a pull. Alright, another push we have is the overhead chest press. No, the overhead press, which is important. Your hands to your shoulders to start and pushing them straight up. Not out. You're pushing straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. So an opposite of that I like to do. Separate the bands, cross them again. So we did a bent over row. Now I'm going to just do an upright row. So I'm taking the hands up. Alright. So all these exercises you need to do. Start with one set of 8 to 12 repetitions. For each exercise. One day do it attached to the wall. A different day, do what I just did. Alright, that's 6 exercises together for your arms. So I'm going to stop right there because I can't keep the video too long because then it won't send. So that is your strength segment with bands. I'll show you the next one with weights.